Hello, League. I realized that while writing this, that I'm borderline dyslexic and autistic. So, in order for me to save embarrassment, I decided that a podcast would be way better than you guys trying to understand my writing. Um, I'd like to address a few things that have been bugging me about this league. Number one, nobody has been talking any shit except for myself, and the lonely shit talker just looks like an idiot. So I think if everybody would talk a lot more shit, this game would be way more fun. Um, Another thing that's bugging me is that Mr. Ferguson put up 130 points against me, and then this week puts up 54 and still comes away with a win. I think that's some bullshit. I think you should be embarrassed of your team, Mr. Ferguson. I think you both deserved a loss this week. And if anybody who lost this week, I would be extremely pissed. Um, Another thing that I'd like to address is that we don't have anything for last place. I know last year you guys did the shot of poop with hot sauce or whatever that was, but I think we should all take a vote and decide on something embarrassing or something funny or something, that the last place person should do. Um, I'd like to go ahead and talk about this week's matchups. I played Connor this week. Connor did catch a break with the Saints missing that field goal, and then got a 20-point play with the 80-yard touchdown. I thought that was some bullshit. However, the Lions got fucked this week. Therefore, Connor got fucked, and I definitely stole a win from him this week, and I think he should be extremely bitter about that. Another thing that bugs me is that Nathan is 3-1. Nathan versus Josh this week, and somehow comes away with the win again. That's 3 games. I think he's each won by 2 or 3 points. I think that's some bullshit. I think Nate has one of the worst teams in the league, and just he's got a stupid name too. My balls, Zach Ertz. Josh, you can do way better than that. That's a terrible name. And I know that Pats were off this week, but 71 points is not going to do it in this league unless you fucking Mr. Ferguson and somehow you're going to win. You're playing against Cody next week. Pat's coming off a bye week. Best of luck to you. Mr. Ferguson, Team Old Ferg versus Team Kilgore. Ryan, don't even have a name. I think that's bullshit. I think you should have to have a name. That's why you're 0-4. It's because you don't have a name. It's bad luck. Mr. Ferguson with 54 points and Kilgore with 47 points. That's a combined total of 111 points, which doesn't even beat Mitch this week. You guys should both be embarrassed, and you both should have came away with a loss. Ryan, I don't know what you're going to do. You're 0-4. It doesn't look like things are looking up for you. Both your quarterbacks are out. You're relying on running back one of the Oakland Raiders to carry this team, and that is not that's not a smart move. I know a couple trades that came your way. Probably should have jumped on those. Most of them coming from me. Every day I'm rustling. Great name. Love it. However, your team, I don't love. Your team is whack as fuck, Kevin. You only have 1 or 2 good players. I'm pulling up your team right now. DeMarco Murray has a total combined yards of like -1. Frank Gore is probably the oldest football player I've ever seen in my life. Amari Cooper, solid pick. Dante Moncrief has definitely stepped up this year. Greg Olsen, good pick. Then you have fucking Chris Johnson, the Jets defense, and Dan Carpenter. You had fucking Des Bryant, but now you don't have shit. Your team is fucking garbage. And you're going against Mitch next week, who put up 111 points this week, and his team is fucking ready to go. Good luck to you, Kevin. However, that doesn't look promising for you. Cody, I don't even need to talk about your team because everyone knows you're a fucking powerhouse and you're gay as fuck for having that team. Sioux Girls 1 Cup. Took you 4 weeks to show up, but you finally did. 111 points is a great week for Mitch, with Todd Gurley with 15 points on the bench. Mr. Cars did not have such a great week. Ever since that loss to Cody, he's just been going downhill, and it doesn't look like it's going to shape up anytime soon, considering his entire team is on bye week for week 5. You're playing against Connor, whose team is, whatever, but it doesn't look like a strong week for you. With all of that being said about this week, let's go ahead and talk about next week. This Sunday, it's going to be a fun Sunday. I'm playing Ryan, so I think I might just play 3 players and fucking walk away, give some people some breaks. Canton Hall of Famers versus Victoria's Secrets kind of just discussed this about all of his players being on a bye week. However, Connor will find a way to fuck it up. He's had a rough year, rough season, even though he was on auto draft, just it's been rough. Scoring game-winning goals for Western, yet dropping fucking touchdowns in the end zone, Team Old Ferg versus Nathan. Nathan, you already know how I feel about your team. I think you suck. Mr. Ferguson, you put up 54 points this week. You also suck. So this is going to be a battle of who sucks the most. You're both 3-1. God knows how, but hopefully one will clearly make it 4-1, and the other person will go 3-2. But I'm gonna have to take Mr. Ferguson with the win on this one. Josh versus Cody. Josh, I pray to God that you're the one that can knock Cody down. However, doesn't look likely. Cody's team right now just seems to be unstoppable. And then Mitch versus Kevin. Hoffman, you're projected 71 points right now, which was with only 7 players, which is more than what you got a combined total of this week. All in all, I think all of our teams suck in different ways. I don't think anyone has a good team except for Cody. And with that being said, we should all be extremely embarrassed, except for Cody. Yeah, so that's what I had to say about that. And I know what you guys are all thinking. And yes, it is true. I did do this entire podcast with no pants on. And I just dropped my laptop on the ground. So thank you for tuning in to League Talks. Go fuck yourself.